Hi there. Welcome back to Professor Snyder's, that's me, Music Biz News. Usually I talk about musicians, real and fake. But lately it's not the musicians that have been in the news as much as the audience. As most of you Kiss fans know, back in 1975, Kiss put out a live album, a 2-album set, and it was named Kiss Alive. The only thing is that the audience that you heard on the album was fake. It was dubbed in. Even the audience was doctored, as Eddie Kramer, the engineer, spliced together the best cheers and screams from various Kiss performances. The band wanted the listener to feel like they were in fact in the audience watching the show. And since directly recording an audience would not sound good, this was considered to be the next best solution. Although they weren't the only band to add an audience to a record, Kiss Alive is probably the best known for doing this. And it was controversial, but it did stay on the Billboard charts for 110 weeks. And it peaked at number 9. So was the fake audience in this case the reason it sold well? Especially considering their previous 3 albums didn't sell that well at all. Jump to today. This is an article in NPR. AI is getting better at faking crowds. Here's why that's cause for concern. Will Smith concert video tore through the internet recently. Not for his performance, but for the crowd. Eagle-eyed viewers noticed odd fingers and faces in the audience, among other visual glitches, and they suspected AI manipulation. And here's the video.
The brighter the heaven you get to enjoy, the harder you fall, the higher you soar. God opens a window when the devil closes the door. Yes, believe me, they tried to bleed Will Smith. In the rear view, I see adversity was the gift to lift me higher. Gifts require faith, so dry your eyes and then you'll find a way out of the madness, out of the maze, and out of the sadness into the rays. The darkest of nights will turn into days. Every storm runs out of rain. Hold on.
Don't you give up on me. No, 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 no. I know you can face it. I know you can make it. Yeah, yeah. You gotta believe.
Bryson
Believe
Gamble.
in yourself.
Bryson
You
Gamble.
can do it.
Take it home.
You can do it. You can make it. Yes, you can. Yeah. I know you can make it.
Through the dark night.
And with this video, Will Smith wrote, my favorite part of tour is seeing you all up close. Thank you for seeing me too. Smith later clarified that the crowds were real and were filmed at festivals in France, Switzerland, and Belgium, but that AI was used to animate and enhance some still images. The result left many viewers unsettled, sparking debate over authenticity, much like the controversy over the Kiss album. And this is true, as pointed out in this podcast that I found. It's on the Local News International channel, and I'll have a link to it on my blog, in which they have the original pics to compare with much better than I could.
You may have seen the videos posted on Will Smith's Instagram and YouTube account that are almost definitely AI generated. A lot of the hands have like a bajillion fingers. One sign says for a 6 instead of fresh. And generally speaking, people just look off. They all kind of look like this.
This AI is so obvious. I can't believe they thought we would fall for this.
Well, these may actually be real Will Smith fans.
What?
No, they aren't. The video is very likely AI generated, but the photos themselves seem to actually come from people at the concerts. Look at this. The photo matches the video, but instead everyone looks real. And this clip looks like it was taken from this photo.
So the video is fake, but the people are real.
Exactly. But the video he posted on YouTube is even more fake.
Huh?
Just last week, the YouTube creator Liaison admitted that YouTube is using image enhancement to unblur and denoise YouTube shorts.
Okay, so YouTube is using AI.
He's arguing that image enhancement is not the same thing as AI because it's a lot like the technology that most of your smartphones use when you're taking a video. Anyway, YouTube says they'll soon have a button where you can opt out.
It's a good thing we have a media literacy class.
Oh, this class isn't real. It's for a video.
What?
Are you even the vice president?
I watched the video to see for myself what I could find, and here's a few things I noticed. Odd, twisted faces. spelling mistakes like AI does with wrong characters like a 6 instead of an E or just a smudge of a word. Deformed hands. Look how long her fingers are. Hands and fingers in weird places, like coming out of an arm. And we've already seen fake crowds in movies made with CGI, computer generated. But CGI is really expensive and it takes a long time. AI can create a crowd almost instantly and for practically no cost. So why does this matter? Incidents like these highlight how quickly synthetic media can blur the line between performance and illusion. For fans, trust is at stake. Audiences want to know whether what they are seeing is real. For businesses and public figures, undisclosed AI risks reputational damage if discovered after the fact. The conversation around Smith's videos underscores the growing demand for transparency, whether in entertainment, politics, or news. Back to Will Smith. The claims have fueled speculation Smith's comeback tour may not be attracting the kind of organic support he had hoped for. Okay, this guy definitely has a humiliation fetish, one commenter wrote on his YouTube channel. No other explanation for releasing a crowd of AI abominations holding up misspelled signs about how he saved their lives. Imagine being this rich and famous and having to use AI footage of crowds and bot comments on your video. Another commenter wrote, "Tragic man, you used to be cool." The use of synthetic audiences suggests a lack of confidence in his own popularity and might hurt his attempt to come across as authentic. This matters more than it seems at first glance. AI-generated content isn't just underperforming, it's triggering active resentment. Creative audiences, gamers, fandoms, artistic communities are walking away. When they feel content is synthetic or lacking a human touch, they don't just click dislike, they stop trusting the brand, they spread that frustration, and it spreads fast. AI fatigue is hitting hard, and brands are feeling it. Consumer trust in AI-generated content is shrinking fast. Reputations are on the line as audiences reject automation in creative work. Authenticity, not speed, is driving engagement, especially among digital natives. Executives need a smarter, more human-centered AI strategy. The sentiment around AI in creative fields is shifting fast. Consumers aren't just ignoring AI-generated content, they're rejecting it. We've moved past curiosity. Now we're hitting resistance. You'd think the most connected, digitally fluent generation would embrace AI the fastest, but that's not what's happening. Gen Z is turning away from AI-generated content. Loudly. These are the same people who've built much of their lives around screens, social platforms, and interaction. Still, they're rejecting content that feels fake, even if it's technically perfect. So not only are we seeing AI-created fake musicians and bands, now we won't be able to even know if the audience is real. While viewers may be upset that stars aren't transparent about their AI use, Bond predicts that outrage will die down as the practice becomes more widely accepted. And even the people who are willing to go through videos frame by frame to find evidence of AI may not be able to tell the difference much longer. The Will Smith video stood out because the AI crowd was obvious if you looked closely, but the technology is evolving so quickly that in a year, his team will be able to pull that off without a backlash, Bond says. Do you think it matters? Is it just more showbiz, smoke and mirrors? So back to the Kiss album. Talking about the heavy studio redubs that he did years later, Eddie Kramer, the engineer who did the Kiss album, said, "Who cares if it was overdubbed? The energy still comes through." At least Smith is owning up to it. He released this video with another audience, an audience of cats.
Turn this thing up. You got to turn it up. Is everybody ready? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube and like this video. Thank you for watching.